We all know the next bull run is going to be one of the biggest and best of our lifetime, and we all know the exact strategy to do. But in this video, I'm going to talk about some coins. I'm going to talk about a tier list or ranking, because a lot of people are wanting to see, hey, have you got an update? I made it a while ago, and we're going to do an update, how my feelings have changed, my perspective, etc, etc. And you're probably wondering, why is there a random chick on the screen? Well, I always talk about being the Adonis and being the Jeffrey. So I met this chick last night. Not a lady boy, confirmed, before there's a comment in that. Get a grip. like top 5 hottest chicks I've probably ever been with. Smoking. Personality, trash, but sometimes you just have to do what you want to do. And there's a reason I'm sharing this, because before the deed was committed or done, it was very interesting. She told me how she was interested in cryptocurrency. When you meet somebody new, blah, 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 you talk about, hey, what do you do? All that bullshit. And I was very skeptical when I asked her what she did. She was like, oh yeah, just travel. When girls like this are saying just travel, dudes are paying for her. She might have been some sort of freelancer, whatever. But I'm not paying. I'm good, bro. Maybe something else. Regardless, she was invested in crypto. And it's very interesting. When she started to tell me this, my little ears perked up, because I was like, oh, hang on a minute. I was thinking of tomorrow's YouTube video. Because I know immediately when she told me that crypto was a scam. Jake, cryptocurrency is a scam. I lost 90% of my money. And I was saying, no. Well, let's break this down. When did you buy? What did you buy? Did you sell? And what was your strategy? And she said, well, once I started to hear about it in the news, I was watching YouTube and I was like, I want to make some money, right? So she started to buy at pretty much $60,000 a Bitcoin. Ethereum, 4.2k. I was like, yeah, no shit. Her run was horrible. Mine was fantastic, right? Even though I didn't sell. On paper, it was absolutely fantastic. It's the most money I've ever made, ever. And that's why I'm so excited to run the next run with you guys. I cannot fucking wait. But we have to do the hard work now. We bought the same coins, right? So she didn't buy Skepto coins. She just bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Well, maybe her sugar daddies did or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But it was so funny, and I was like, let's do a video. We need to do a video in a couple of weeks. I want to do like a talk, and I want to know exactly why you think cryptocurrency was a scam. But I'll tell you, lady, I'll break it down to you right now. You think cryptocurrency is a scam because you bought at the peak. And that is why you got wrecked. See, the smart guys like us, and I was telling her about COVID crash, that was the perfect time to buy, and how you could have rid it all the way up. And she just couldn't fathom until I really just broke it down. I was like, well, if you buy the peak, somebody has to lose. So for me to win, right, and unfortunately I did take profits, but I took them to Celsius, but I did take profits, right? So when I was taking my profits at 4K, 4.2K, 4.7K in Ethereum, she and all these other Jeffreys were buying, right? So I really explained to her, in anything, somebody has to lose. I cannot win if people like you do not lose. So when I was buying at $400 and making my 10x in Ethereum, you, lady, you were taking that trade from me, and I was banking that 10x, and you were fucking absolute wrecked, and you read it all the way down. Just like on Bitcoin as well, when you were buying 60k, you were buying off all these guys that were buying at a 3k crash, 5k crash, 10k crash, 19k for me. Somebody has to lose. And then she started to perk up a little bit, and she was like, oh, okay, well, what do you think is going to happen next? And I said, darling, it's very simple, okay? I didn't want to go too heavy. If I started saying DCA, she'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it was just like, hey, just relax, okay? If you actually do want to make some money, not financial advice, but this is what I would recommend. I would start doing what you did before. If you just want to have the safe coins, Ethereum will get you. I think Ethereum's got great potential, and we'll talk about that in the tier list that we're going to break down. But if you just want to do well, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe choose QNT. That's what I said to her. And I said, do it now when it's not hot. So you think cryptocurrency is a scam, you're not interested in it again, but I said, I guarantee you this, lady, I guarantee you this, I guarantee in 2024 and 2025 you're going to make the exact same mistake. So if you can take a lesson from me, because I had to learn this the hard way, and so did you in the previous run, but you won't learn because you're not buying again, and you're going to buy again in the peak, like an absolute Jeffrey, just buy now. If you're actually serious about making a 10x, just buy now, Don't give an F about the price. Yes, you can go crazy with some coins and try and chase a 20x, 30x, but she only wanted a 5x. She was like, if I can just 5x my money, I am good. I was like, darling, just buy Ethereum. Buy it now, though, when it's not hot, and just deal with it. But again, she was telling me in the peak, she was waking up and she was checking her phone, and it was like, oh, it was really, really hard for her. And I get that, okay? Even I'm an emotional creature. You are an emotional creature. A female is the most emotional creature in the world. So of course it's going to be hard, but somebody has to lose and somebody has to win. So it's very interesting. The more people I meet, and the more people, not just in Thailand, just online, and just people in the comment sections of YouTube videos like this, it's always the same story. Cryptocurrency is a scam, and then you break it down. It's like, hey, when did you buy? Well, I was buying when Bitcoin was 55k. Well, I was buying when Bitcoin was 68k. I was buying Ethereum when it was 4.7k, 3k, right? We bought the same coins, brother. It's not a scam. You just have to be in it at the right time and take profits. Very interesting, so I thought I'd share that. 2025 is going to be wild. Don't get lost in the sauce when things start to pump and you want to chase. So let's break this down. We are going to be doing this tier list, and I'm very excited to do this. We're not going to go in crazy coins. We're going to go in some coins, but what's important is there's not going to be every coin. So if your coin isn't on this list, I'm not going to do all these coins. We're going to do basically the top coins and most coins being talked about. Yes, there will be one or two missed, but deal with it. So the strategy is we've got best risk / best reward. We've got the 100x, we've got the 20x, 10x. So I want to be here with my bag. I just want to be here, and I want to be here. There is some plays that I will be in here in the bull run, and I'll talk about them as we enter that. And there is some plays that I believe I'm here. I don't really want to be here, bar from here, so we'll just start right now. That's where that's going. That's where it's going. What's it at right now? 30k. Does it go to 90k? Does it go to 150k? It's probably going to finish exactly somewhere perfectly in there. It is not going to 300k. I wish it would. I would love to be wrong, but that's where it's going. I'll tell you that right now. I'm 90% certain, and I'm not, all these other coins, I'm not going to give you a 90% certain. Maybe bar from Bitcoin and Ethereum, but all the other coins, I cannot be anywhere near that certain on the prices. I can be somewhat certain 90% they're going to be up, 90% of them, but I'm not going to say the exact price to some degree. I cannot be 90% certain, but I can be certain with that. So going back to that chick, if you just want a 35x, there you go. But don't do it in the bull run. Do it now. You should have been doing it when it was 19, 20k, when it was fearful. If you look at Bitcoin, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy when you should have actually been buying, like just down here, Celsius, Voyager, FTX, BlockFi were all going down. That was the time to buy. Will we see these prices again? I don't think so. It reminds me of this. That's what it reminds me of. And it probably reminds a lot of guys, OGs, of this, right? So that was the time, right? And you can see how much these lows get crazy. Like low 3k, the new low becomes 6, 7k. Now the new low becomes 70k. It's absolutely fucking crazy, right? And it's just like, just get in when it's so fearful. If you can buy in red candles, you're going to be absolutely fine. So just do that, right? And if you're in the same situation as this lady, that's what you need to do. And you're watching this video now, so that's great. But if you don't take action on the video, it's game over. Now, I would like to put Ethereum in the 10x, but if you look at the market cap and etc., Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin ETF, nice, that'll carry it. But do we realistically think Ethereum's going to 18k? It's a push. It is a blow off top. It is everything going absolute crazy, and it is the perfect storm. I don't think it hits there exactly, but I would put it above the 5x. I believe it will break the 10k. So it's somewhere in between. So I'm just going to put it in the 10x. But full transparency, I don't think it's going to 18k. 10, 11, 13, 14. I can be somewhat certain it skiffs 8, 9, 10k. I can't be certain how high it goes past that. But just looking at previous runs, it's going to be there. So it's not going to get you 10x. Very rare, but it'll get you more than Bitcoin, etc. Now, my favorite coin that I haven't invested in yet, which makes no sense. How can it be your favorite coin if you haven't invested in yet? And I'm probably never going to get in this coin, unfortunately. I said I was going to buy this coin under $1. I really thought we had a chance. Here, when we were starting to drop and Bitcoin was starting to crash again, I talked about it back at 50 cents. It pisses me off to this day. I just did not take some action. I did exactly what she did. I'll wait. Oh, now it's hot. Now I'm starting to hear about it. Let me go. No, I fucked up. I did the Jeffrey. Will I get back in? I don't think so, but I can't buy it at $2. There's absolutely no chance. Because I'm not just doing $1,000, I'm doing 30, 40, 50 grand in this coin. Yeah, you heard that right, and I will post it on the YouTube channel, just like I did in that H-bar trade that went terribly wrong, but I did do what I said I was going to do. We might get it, we might not. I might have to deploy that somewhere else. I'm happy to deploy it in QNT. That's what's happening right now. The money that I would be putting in this is just slowly getting DC'd into QNT and Ethereum. It is what it is. Where do I think it's going? It's an easy 20x. It's an absolute easy 20x. Now, why is Gala Games here? Goodbye, Gala Games. 100x, far-fetched, but 20x would be safe for me, to be honest. Engine coin, a lot of people forget about Engine coin. It was a great coin in previous run. Alex Becker and all these other big YouTubers at their time were bashing on about Engine, and they were 100% right. The gaming space was huge. That's why Gala Games went crazy, Engine went crazy, not because of these YouTubers, but because of like the niching and what people were realizing what was possible. And of course, the bear market came, they got absolutely wrecked, but I think Engine is a big coin, right? It's one of the OGs if we look at gaming coins and that in general. The bull run was crazy for it. I don't personally hold any because I think there's better returns, but I mean, this might be a play. This might be a play. If I can't get in render, of course, it's going to be pumping up like crazy, which pisses me off again. But again, you just have the DC strategy. You'll come back in and you'll do whatever you need to do. So I think it's 20x again, to be honest. I do think it hits that. It might be in between, but regardless, just do that and you'll be absolutely fine. I'm not personally holding any, and I probably will not hold any. Just keep that in mind. I might roll over some profits to it, but as of right now, I'm not interested. ADA, it's an easy 10x. I don't want to say it's a 20x just because of what happened in the previous run. It got a lot of people wrecked because they thought it was going to be that magical $10. I do think it gets past $5, but I don't think it hits $6, $7, $8, and that would be your 20x of basic. Well, that should be a little bit more, but I do think it breaks the 10x. So again, it would be somewhere in between 15, 16, 17x, but I don't think you quite get the 20x. But it's obviously more safer, right? So it's a lot more safer than render. Render is AI, it's the next narrative, as we know, for the next bull run, but it's a lot more risky because this might not get the market share. Something else, for example, like SIG, Ajax, I think this one's called, that might take it. That might take it. So these guys are going to be battling out, and that's if there was only one AI coin or one AI coin narrative. The funny thing is, most of these AI coins are nothing to do with AI. Some of them are just in the name. But if there was only one AI coin, yeah, you would put this up here, and it would be plain sailing. But all these guys are competing for the same thing, and it's almost like when you look at the bull run, it's almost like, well, that's my favorite football team, that's my favorite football team, and people just go towards that, and it just gets split. If there was only two football teams, right, it would just, or one football, it couldn't be one football team because they need to play each other, but if there was only two football teams, it would be there would be more fans for that, right? It wouldn't be so split because there's so many football teams and so many crypto coins, especially in the AI space. It's like all this money is going to be split. Now the big winners will make most of the money, and I do think these will be too, so that's where I'm putting that one. I do think it's nice. It's been around. I think render for me is more interesting, but I can't get it right now. Now Jasmy, fuck me. Jasmy community is absolutely crazy. I've never been interested in it. I've always thought it was a scam. I'm not opposed to it. I'm doing well, but I'm not going to invest it. I'm not going to invest it because when it's not just the chart. It's just like when I looked at the website last time. I just didn't believe it. To be honest, I just did not believe it. And then I looked at this and I was like, yes, it looks like it's an ICP's chart, and yes, whatever, but I'm good. Now, doesn't mean it's going to do bad. Probably does a 20x. Might do 100x. But it's not one for me. I want it to do well because some of you guys hold it. That's fine. But for me, I'll pass. There's more interesting products to me. But I really hope it does well, and I think it will do well. But for me, I just think it's a little bit scammy. There's some things there. No, Casper, one of my guys in the private community, shout out Paul, I think he calls it the green monster. Casper's interesting. And it's only interesting because there's one of two ways you can look at Casper. You can be pissed off because buying here would be fucking nice, and you can be pissed off if you're buying here and buying here because the gains have already been made. But is there future gains? Probably. I'm not interested because I can't buy this. It's just too far gone for me. Will it hit 40 cents? Probably a 10x in it. Probably hits $1. Maybe. But it's already went so effing high. And a lot of people have already bought it. So what these guys are waiting for is other people in the bull run to buy it higher for them to do the swap, just like that chick did, right? Same game. So I'm not interested in investing in it. I'd put it in the 20x. Do I think at 100x? It's already done that. So we'll see. But I'm right here with it. Now these are in no particular order. You could do them with whatever you want, but that's just what I think. Now Solana is an interesting one because a lot of people lost faith in Solana, and they didn't lose faith in it because of the actual project. They lost faith in it, as normal people do, because of the price. So when something's not doing well, when you buy at the peak of $250, $220, whatever, and it just doesn't go well, you start to hate a coin. And you'll notice that about most cryptocurrency projects. If you go back on people's YouTube comments, it's funny because I can do this. I can see people 2 months ago that said, oh my god, this is the best project ever. HBAR is amazing, HBAR is amazing. 2 months later, HBAR is a scam, blah, blah, blah. And all that's happened is nothing to do with the project, nothing to do with the fundamentals. It's because the money in their account has went down. It's so funny how this, and I love the niche of cryptocurrency, but it's so toxic, man. It's unbelievably, especially if you are the guy, and I'm the guy, right? But if you're the guy, and this is why I don't read the comments anymore, really, I try and read some, but I'm posting in Thailand time, so by the time these videos are out, I'm asleep, but it's just crazy. Like, some of the comments on these coins, and it's all because their money's went down, and I understand, bro, if you are the typical 9 to 5 guy, and your money's going down, it must suck. But if you have the long-term mindset, you're going to be fine. So Solana's previous all-time high was obviously 250-ish. It's a long way off that, but I think the projects are still the same. I still think it's the exact same fundamentals, FTX, whatever. I'm not here to talk about that. And I do think it hits 600, somewhere around that. So that would be a 20x. Might stop it before, but again, for me it's nice. It's still a nice coin. I still technically hold some, but it's all in Celsius. Will I ever see that again? Absolutely not. It'll be a little chunk of change from it. So I hold Solana, but I don't, because I can't access it. Now, decentralized mana and sandbox, I have not had a look at these coins in ages, bar the last bull run. I would put these very similar to Engine Coin. These did fantastically well, and a lot of people read them. Snoop Dogg and all these other guys, Justin Bieber, were all talking about this, and that's why it did well, right? But now they've cooled off. I think these coins will run very much the same. If you look at the charts, they're pretty much identical. I mean, a 10x wouldn't even be at the all-time high. It just depends how the dust goes for them. It just depends how well the hype comes, to be honest. They're great projects. I mean, Sandbox has been around. If you look at the App Store on Android or iPhone, I think they've been around since 2013, the actual app. Don't think the project, but the actual mission. So they're 20x's, somewhat, if they do well. Now, again, some people are like, well, they might not do that well. They might be shit coins. You could put it anywhere, to be honest, but I do think they'll come back. They've got big enough names, but the market cap on them is still pretty big. I don't think you're going to see 100x's, to be honest, but you never know. Because, again, you look at this when nobody was talking about it, and they were just, oh, yeah, just little missions. Boom, 1000x. Again, you get to decide how you want to play it. It's up to you. Dogecoin is difficult. It's difficult. It probably will 20x, but I don't even keep up to date with the price because I just don't care. I'm not here to try and be lucky with coins, if that makes sense. There's obviously some luck in some of our plays that we were playing, but I'm not just here for Elon Musk to tweet, and I'll put this the same as Shiba. I don't know where they're going to go. I'm not going to tell you where they're going to go. I just can't rely on like the outside market of like Elon Musk tweeting or some big influencer talking about it, or it's promoting a fight. We can't bank on that kind of stuff. So projects are shit, utilities shit, but the meme community is massive, so we never know. QNT, I don't even think I have QNT on this. No, so I don't know why QNT is not on this. Maybe it is, maybe I'm blind. But I'm just going to interrupt this video and just put QNT as Monero. So keep in mind, QNT is Monero. Now I do see QNT. I'm lying to you boys. Where are you? Yeah, QNT. So the reason I'm just putting QNT here is I've talked about this a lot. Now, it is a 10x, be here, but it also, for me, is the best risk/reward. What I mean by that is a bunch of things. They have an actual business. They have limited supply, less than Bitcoin. They're back at $100. If you look, Jesus Christ, brother. 7 days ago, 85. Up 25% in the last 7 days. Now, last month, Jesus, this is rocketing. And there's a reason behind this rocketing. Again, I see the exact same thing crypto community, oh no, QNT is going to die. And when they were getting really hyped when it was back 100, and now they're swapping again. They're back in QNT, they're selling at 85, they're buying back. It's just a horrible spiral. And again, if you want something to remember this video, just think of this chick. You are this chick if you are playing that game, and you don't want to be anything like this chick. If you're interested in cryptocurrency, you want to be the exact opposite. Be the Adonis. No disrespect, honey, but you're never going to make any money. So treat that with a grain of salt. Do the opposite of what everybody's telling you. When it gets mainstream in the news, Bitcoin's going to $1 million. Sell. You should have already bought. Sell. It's too late. Hairdresser talking about it. Sell. Mum talking about it. Sell. 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 Keep a little bit because there will be a final pump. But at that point, if you're coming into the market, you are fucked. Polygon Matic. I've not looked at that in a while, and I know it's on a lot of people's watch list. It's hard. Here's the thing about cryptocurrency, guys. It's so hard, and this is why you cannot go full spread. If you go full spread, like this is already too many coins, right? In my opinion, even from my bag, if you've got like a $5,000, this is way too many coins. You're not going to get the best juice for your amount. Now, Polygon went massive in the previous run, as we know. It's probably 10x minimum, probably absolute minimum, but it's probably not a 20x. The market cap's too high. It's too high. Does it hit $6? It'd be a push, but it's obviously going to beat Bitcoin's returns. It will probably beat Ethereum's returns as well, so it might be somewhere in between the 10 to 15x. It might be more, it might be less, but it's a safer play for sure. It's got a great team, it's got great fundamentals, and that's all it is. Now, the funny ones are the people that always like to talk about big players think, yes, or you would actually put this in like a million X. People think this coin's going to $1,000. Get fucked. It is not. No disrespect, but it is not going to happen. Nowhere near going to happen. The market cap's too big. It is never, ever, ever going to happen. So for that person writing that comment right now, I don't give a fuck. I'll never see your comment anyways, right? Let's play the game safe. I would put it somewhere in between the 20x and the 100x. But it's going to be somewhere in between. Now, a 10x would be $5. It might hit 10 this run. It might hit this 10 this run just because of like what it's done before, the lawsuit being over, everything being fantastic. But does it go to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $100? Not in a long time if it ever has a chance. So again, have to be born again. I do think it goes in between here. So I'm just going to stick it here. XLM, I'm going to put in the 20x. These coins are very correlated, but I think you'll get a better return on XLM, and it's very simple. Just do the maths. It has a less market cap, means less money is going to come, less money needs to come in for it to pump. So I think that's why it beats the return. I'm not here to talk about what project's better. XRP has obviously got the bigger market cap, it's got the bigger community, etc. But if we're talking about pure returns here, I think XLM by far has got a better return. It's just because of the market cap. It doesn't need as many to move. Now HBAR. Exact same thing with HBAR. It's a very comical story. A lot of people were excited back here. It's the next best thing. You know, when it goes down from 50 to 5, it kind of hurts, right? It kind of hurts. Where's it going? It's 20x for me. Project's still great. Mission's still great. Everything's still great. That's it. It might go higher. It might go less. My profit strategy will be just before the previous all-time high. I'll be dumping a lot. So I'm telling you right now, actively, I'm dumping a lot of HBAR. It's not a lot compared to the full scale of all the big players, but it's going to be about 500k worth of HBAR tokens. Just think about that. And that's because I need cash. I need cash. I need to take profits this time. And I'm not going to be here for the Moonboy strategy of HBAR $4. Yes, sometimes I put them in my thumbnails, of course. There is a chance. I want the click. I want you guys to get informed, right? And I'm not going to get a click if I put HBAR to 2 cents, unless I'm going for a hate video. I don't want to hate the coin at all. I don't want to be that kind of guy. So, $4 no, $3 no, $2 maybe, $1 possibly, probably more likely, $1.50, ideal, 50, 60, 70, 80 cents. See you later. I'm done. Polkadot. Dot. A lot of guys like this. A lot of guys, again, going back to Paul in our private community, he really likes this. I think it's this one he likes. And I don't not like it. I'm just not interested in it. Just not at all. It hits its previous all-time high with ease. It probably does somewhere in between that. It probably does a 10x, 20x. I'm going to put it in the 20x, but if you're riding this one for the 20x, I would take previous profits at all-time highs. I will take it actually before that, because again, some of you guys just need a 10x. You don't realize how crazy a 10x is. A lot of these crypto guys, and even me, like, I can be, call me out for this. I used to be the exact same, and I still somewhat am, but it's like, you know how difficult a 10x is in the traditional market. Now, yes, we're not in the traditional market. We're playing more risky game, but if you can just get 5, 10, 15x, bro, please just be happy with that. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy to even do that, right? You can go for more, and there will be plays in this 100x category, but just somewhat, you just want to be, somewhat careful, right? Just take profits, get a good sustainable income, think about what you want to do in the future, and you just be happy. Honestly, just be happy. Now, Crow, another guy in my private community, shout out Roberto, we call him Bobby. He is a big time believer in Crow. He's got a lot of cash in this one, and he thinks it's going crazy. I think it's going back to all-time high, which is crazy for me. I would put this one in the 20x again, but I would put this one in between. So if I could put a 30, 40x category, I would like that. And the reason I'm saying this, because I know in the next bull run, they're going to have a shit ton of cash. They're going to be sponsoring like mad TV commercials, UFC, Formula 1. They're going to be going next level than they did in the previous run. This is what happened in the previous run. They launched this product where you could have got this card, etc. It was just, who wants free Netflix for like 30k you had to put on, or like, it just didn't make sense, but people were getting so emotionally hyped on this card. I think it was one of the first card. It was kind of cool. I've got the card. I still have the card. Do I still have the card? I think I still have the card. Yeah, I've got the card. The free one, I think it was, or maybe the $1,000 one, I can't remember. But a lot of people got hyped about these cards, and then people were posting them on Twitter, and like, it just created this whole beautiful organic marketing with their paid ads. And me coming from a marketing background, that is a beautiful storm. They're getting all the Jeffreys in, which goes fucking crazy. The smart players are already in here. They bank. Again, sorry, darling, but you are the Jeffrey, and that's the game. So I think it's somewhere in between here. Yeah, you do what you want to do with that one. A lot of people don't like it because it's an exchange coin. I quite like it. I quite like the play. I like the strategy. I like the guy that runs it because he understands marketing, and that's exactly how I would run my company if I was doing that. That's exactly how I used to run my e-commerce stores. Obviously, YouTube is just organic now, so if you make good content, make a good product, people will share it by accident, and that's how you grow. That's literally what he's doing with Crow. He's got a great product. Let's be honest. Some people don't like the exchange. Fair enough. Fees a little bit high sometimes, but a lot of people are using it, etc. Now, shitcoin is Luna. We're not here to discuss. That's the old Luna. It's not going to do anything. I don't care. ICP. Here's 100x. Here's the first 100x. And the reason, if you asked me 3-4 weeks ago, I would have put this in the exact opposite category. And it's crazy because I totally disregard it, and I disregarded it because of one thing, the chart. When I see a chart like this, like Jasmy, but Jasmy, I went deeper in the project and I just hated it. Not hated it, but I just didn't believe in some of the stuff. A little bit sketchy. But ICP, if you look in this project, a lot of things are going on. But I want to say something. It might go higher than 100x. It might very well do, because I think it launched like 500-600. Obviously, CoinMarketCap only shows a 428. So it technically is a 200x. For takeoff its previous all-time high, whatever. Regardless, the multipliers are crazy, but there is obviously a chance it could do this. There is obviously a chance, but I think more chance is it smashes here, and it smashes here. I really do believe in this one, and this might be a coin I start to invest in. I'm just not touching it right now. It'll be more towards the end of 2023, I think, for me. Just if I can just get some proof of concept on it, because again, if I want to come into a coin like this, I'm talking 10, 20, 30k, because I've got this for this coin, right? But I can't buy this one, and this one's more interesting to me, but I won't hold it for the 100x, right? If I'm putting 10, 20, 30k in, I'm holding a decent chunk to here, a big chunk I'll be out here, and there might be maybe 5-10% over here. There might even be nothing by there, so keep that in mind. Chainlink has been hot recently. For me, it's been a boring project. I've never touched it. I don't think. I might have held maybe a couple along my journey when I was starting out. 2021 was massive. Let's be honest. But it was very boring. But now it is rallying up 50%. So it's interesting. It is interesting. Where does it go? The previous all-time high was $50 or so. I mean, it's a big market cap, brother. And that's why it's here. Okay? I might put it here. genuinely. But QNT has to stay there. That's where I think it's going to go. It maybe does higher, but for me, it's just interesting. It does a lot of things. If you look at the product, it connects a lot of stuff. It's needed for a lot of stuff. It's like Ethereum with NFTs and gas fees. It's needed. There's a reason why NFTs, etc., were so popular in 2021, why Ethereum's gas fees were so crazy. People moan about that, but that's why Ethereum went up in value, because people were using the project. If nobody's using the project, it's worth nada. Zero, except from Bitcoin. Bitcoin obviously has a store of value, etc., and that's a use case, but people, miners, etc., are still using it, right? It's still being used somewhat, but Chainlink is used heavily, like Ethereum, and it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I'm not opposed to investing in this, but I can't touch it now. Not for a long shot. If I can get some retracement on this, it'd be nice. If I can get this back at $7, that might not be a bad bet, but right now, cannot. You're getting so many less coins for the value you're putting in. Just keep that in mind. Now, the graph, put it in 10x. I don't think it goes as high as the other AI coins, because it's older. Market cap's a little bigger, I believe. Not the engine, but like render, etc. So that's why I'm putting it there. GFAL, I think it's called. Never touched this one, but a lot of people are interested in this one. They say it's the next best Gala. Can't argue with the chart. It's pumped too crazy for me to even touch. Again, it reminds me of Caspa. When somebody starts talking about something, everybody starts getting in. And people are buying this thing now hot. They're buying this thing at 500% increase in a short amount of times. Even last 7 days, they're full moving in at 40%. This will cool off, bro. This is just green candles all day. Let the red dildos come in. Start buying that, because this is too high for me to buy. It probably has a long way to go. It probably does. It's probably, I mean, it's pretty much close to here. Not pretty much, but maybe hits that all time. I would be more comfortable in the 20x, but for me, can't touch it right now. Have no idea really about it, but I know a lot of people are getting invested in this. But a lot of people don't have a clue about it either. They're just buying it on hype, and that's fine. But wait for it to cool down. Gala, Gala's interesting because, just like HBAR, a lot of people are starting to just disregard this project. I'm still heavily in, kind of have to be. The 10x would take it back to 10 cents or 16 cents or so. I mean, I'm not opposed to this doing a minimum of a 50x. I really am not. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x is fine for me. It's interesting. It's very interesting because a lot of people are just scared of this one, but scared money doesn't make money. Got to be confident. I'm not sure where it goes. I know where I'm taking profits. I'm in the 20x. I wouldn't be opposed to it going higher. It might get a blow off top like last time, but it's somewhere in between here. I think you're going to be fine with it if you are holding it. But if you're panic selling like last, it just changes all the time. Like if you look at the last 7 days, it's like now people are starting to get back in Gala, right? So just do the exact opposite of these Jeffries and you'll be fine. And that's it. I'm not going to go into more any coins. There's way too many coins. You can see how crazy this can get. This is way too many coins. I would love to know. There's going to be a lot of people disagreeing with me, and that's absolutely fine. We all have the same goals. We all have the same mindset, I think, to some degree. We want to make some money. We want to do financially well. We want to have a great future. We want to set our family up. We want to do the most in the world. We want to be able to travel the world. We want to be able to do this stuff. But if you're getting emotional and starting to disagree with some of my picks, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't hurt me, bro. You're going to be absolutely fine. I would put that energy, that hate comment that you've already dropped, I would maybe think about not deleting it, express your opinion, but I would use all that negative energy, really, genuinely, because you're not going to affect me, bro. I'm good. You're not going to affect me. You're affecting yourself. And you will look back at those comments, because I've done it as well. Hate comment, can't be true, blah, 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 blah. I look back and I'm like, what an idiot. Why don't I just use that negative energy and build a business? Start looking at projects that I'm interested in. Go to the gym. Use that energy for good. Don't use it to write a bad comment, bro. If you're here to write bad comments, you're not going to win, and nobody cares. I certainly don't care. It might make you feel good. You might show your friends like, oh, Jake Gordon thinks this. Let's comment a bad comment. I certainly don't care, brother. I'll never see it. I never do. So do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Let me know your comments below. Share this. Put your comments in. It's always interesting to hear other people's perspective. And let's get to work.